Good morning, job seekers, and welcome to Ohio Means Jobs, Lucas County, Jobs in the 419. I'm Darlene White, and I'm the program manager. And with me today,
I'm Ron Jones. I'm the community outreach specialist.
and I know why you're here, because you want to hear about the hot jobs in Lucas County, right? But before we get started, this is the line we always use. Before we get started, Ron is going to go over a few things.
That's right. So in just a few moments, we're going to talk about some of the hot jobs from our list today. You're going to see at the bottom of your screen that there will be a job order number. You're going to apply for that job or to find more information, read the job description, all of that stuff. You're going to go to ohiomeansjobs.com. You're going to plug the job order number into the search bar, and that job is going to pop up with all the info that you need to apply.
Great. Please keep in mind, I know we go over this on our podcast, but it's important. I'm sure people need a reminder every once in a while. So thanks for updating us. So we're going to talk about the hot job tip. So you may have seen, if you've ever been to the resource room, we do have a poster that says job ready.
Right. They should be looking at it right now.
They should be.
Yeah.
Work ready Lucas County. Okay, so many people might think, well, what does that mean? I do go over it in orientations at Ohio Means Jobs in case you haven't been to one, and that's where you're really going to learn a little bit more about it. But today, the reason why I'm bringing it up is we have some hot jobs that actually have cited that they're looking for the work keys, and they're looking for specific information on those work keys from the candidates who make application, right?
Right.
So what I want to tell you a little bit about it is we have about 7,500 people locally in our community who have actually taken the work keys, as it's called. It's produced by ACT, which is the American College for Testing. And what they've designed is a 3-part process for a certification. It's a National Career Readiness Certification. And it's portable, which means you can use it anywhere in the United States. What's even more remarkable is it's free.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about $100 value, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So you can come over to the center and actually take it. Now, there's 3 parts to it. There's a math, graphic literacy, and workplace documents component, right?
Exactly.
And there's levels that are attainable in each one of these areas, and all jobs have a level in each one. So there's a level 3, which is a bronze, all the way to a level 6, which is platinum. Now, today, when we do highlight some of these jobs, you're going to hear what levels are required for that specific position. Now, it doesn't mean that if you take the test and you didn't achieve one of the levels, you can still take the test over.
Right.
We have this forgiveness policy, right? So the main thing is you walk out with a credential that you can use, and it applies to what we talked about in the last podcast, resume development.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you can put that on your resume, and it will help you to identify some different characteristics that you have that will be making you a little more, marketable maybe?
Exactly. So if somebody's interested in that, how would they reach out to?
Okay, so what they can do is they can call the center, and we have specific days we test and times because, of course, we're a pretty busy facility, right?
And the tests are proctored, right?
Yes, they're proctored. They're 55 minutes each. And we do encourage people to, maybe take some practice tests.
Right.
So if you go to the ohiomeansjobs.com website, there's some practice tests out there which have the same number of questions as the proctored exam does. Not the same questions, folks, but similar.
Right.
And that way you can time yourself to see if you're able to complete all of them in 55 minutes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you our success rate in completion and passing has been significantly high. So have no fear, just come out, make the appointment to get the schedule in place and sit down with the proctor and just go ahead and get that certificate.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So, Ron, I think people want to hear about the hot jobs.
Ready to hear about some hot jobs?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time. So let's talk about our first job. All right. Okay. So our first job is an automotive service technician. They're going to have a schedule of Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. Starting pay is $25 per hour, and it could be adjusted depending on experience, and a $3,000 sign-on bonus.
Wow.
Yeah. So the desired candidate will have 2.5 years experience troubleshooting industrial/commercial mechanical systems. They'll have experience with compressed air systems and centrifugal technologies, as well as solid control systems is a plus. The position is responsible for installation, troubleshooting, repairing, maintaining all of the rotary screw reciprocator air compressors. It is expected that the candidate for this position maintains up-to-date knowledge of field installation and repair requirements, provide technical advice to potential customers, field salesmen, and field service trainees, be able to diagnose problems and recommend corrective service action, be able to communicate issues in a timely manner, both written and oral format, and submit detailed reports on each service call so that the accounting department can prepare timely invoices for billing. You must also possess a high level of integrity in handling business affairs. So this is a job that's going to require a lot of communication skills. There's a lot of soft skills listed here,
There
right?
are.
Right. So we're going to talk about
And some technical skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you folks know who you are that possess these technical skills. So please make application.
Definitely. Okay. Our second job that we've got here is for a truck driver. This is a CDL Class A driver that they're looking for. You're going to need at least 1 year of driving experience with an excellent driving record. The company would prefer someone with flatbed experience as well as the ability to handle up to 40 pounds. The candidate should possess at least a high school diploma. The company, so this is what we just talked about, the company also desires someone who can score at least as high as a work key score of Math 4, Graphic Literacy 3, and Workplace Documents 3. That's that ACT work keys that we just talked about. The job summary here: position requires a candidate to load and unload trucks, ensure that loaded trucks are properly secured and meet the weight requirements, keep up to date on maintenance of vehicles and perform all required inspections, ensure all paperwork is completed at the end of each shift according to company standards. Candidate must also have the ability to operate a forklift. This is considered a safety sensitive position. If considering employment for this, the candidate must undergo required drug testing. They do have really good benefits, so competitive pay with a $5,000 sign-on bonus. That's great. $2,000 yearly safety incentive, which is also awesome. Full benefit package, health, dental, vision, life insurance, and benefits are available 1 month after hire. So that's excellent.
I can do the math on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, our third job here is for an environmental specialist. The environmental specialist position is responsible for implementing and administering standardized processes to ensure compliance with state, federal, local regulations, as well as corporate policies and procedures. The candidate for this position will report to the head of the U.S. Manufacturing Environmental Compliance, manage routine environmental reports, environmental compliance tasks, inventories and surveys, including data acquisition, documentation, record keeping, monitoring, and review. They're going to conduct regular audits of EHS processes and follow up to ensure compliance, ensure that all fines are communicated to plant leadership and corporate staff, analyze environmental incidents, determine root causes, and be able to implement corrective action steps. The desired candidate will have at least a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering or science-related field, basic understanding of federal, state, local environmental regulations and requirements, minimum of 5 years relevant experience such as auditing, consulting, or manufacturing, willingness to work on any shift and over if necessary, strong leadership, analytical and problem-solving skills, and proficient use of Microsoft Office.
I do want to say that when you were talking about the company that was looking for the work keys there.
Yeah.
So let's say if someone has taken the work keys, which we've got 7,500 people in our community who have.
Right.
If you're interested in the job and you might have lost your credential, we have the capability of looking that up.
There you go. Yeah.
So that would be hopefully an asset.
Awesome. So we're going to have 3 more jobs, but before we get into that, let's talk about some events that are upcoming. So there's a few events that are going to be coming up. So first of all, today, which is Monday, October 21st, I am going to be at the Mott Branch Library from 1 to 5, providing our regular services that we provide. Okay. I'm also going to be on Thursday, October 24th. I'm going to be at the Sanger Branch Library from 1 to 5. Okay. So come meet me there if you're looking for any resume tips, you need some help searching for jobs, you just need some more information about services we provide, come visit me. I'll be happy to help you out. Also, on 10/24 is our financial literacy workshop from 3 to 4, which is facilitated by our FOC NeighborWorks, the Financial Opportunity Center, and that's at our office.
Right, that's correct.
And they're going to have tips for how to improve your credit, budgeting, all kinds of things related to financial wellness and financial literacy.
And as we're getting into the end of the year, they're going to start probably talking about tax preparation.
Awesome.
And they do that for free.
Yeah.
exciting, right?
Yeah. What else we got going on?
Okay, so mark your calendars. I know it's a little early, but November the 20th, we're planning for a significant event to take place on the shared campus, right?
Yeah.
So it's a combo event, right? We've got
Yes.
resources, we have informational booths available, and we have a hiring event that's going on simultaneously.
Right.
So it's from 9:30 to 2:30. Now, one thing that I'd like to mention prefacing this is that there is going to be a panel discussion that's going to take place from 9:30 to 10:30. This is through like the fatherhood coalitions that are local, and it's got a theme this year called Building a Community for Dads. So the I would say the primary target of this is going to be to work on relationships, parenting, maybe talk about improving your employability, your
Right.
income,
Right.
and looking for maybe some types of training assistance, things of this nature. So that's an hour long. And then after that, there's going to be this series of vendors and so forth out in our atrium area. And if you've never been there, it's quite an experience. It's a nice an outing, I would say. We've got great space, and it just is a nice place to have an event. So that will take place then till 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, one of the things that I want to showcase right now, and there'll be more to learn about it as we go on, is about National Apprenticeship Week.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to have some apprenticeship programs there, and this is for those individuals that have thought about it but just haven't taken action on it yet. We want you to be able to start preparing questions
Yeah.
and maybe doing a little research, because we will have some of the unions that are going to be present there.
Exactly.
And so we want you to be able to participate. So you'll learn more about that in the next couple podcasts down the road here. Okay. So I'm going to continue with those hot jobs.
Excellent.
And the next one that we have that we'd like to introduce to you is housekeeping laundry assistant. This position is in a long-term care facility. So the primary part of this employer that I thought was interesting was that it was recognized as a Fortune 500 company, but a Fortune Best Place to Work.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So it tells you a lot that people have voted for it. So the primary responsibility of this position is to ensure that residents' rooms and recreational areas are clean and orderly, and to be able to communicate unsafe situations immediately and take corrective action, because that can be a hazardous thing when you're working in an area like that. To possess an understanding of safety standards and how to use safety equipment, and then to honor the residents' rights and privacy. So they're looking for someone with a high school diploma. And here we go, that soft skill, positive attitude and willingness to work and learn, and the desire to help people and work as a team.
Yeah.
So the benefits are competitive, and they pay every week. But this is what's interesting. There's a pay increase every 90 days. Now, for how long that goes on, I'm not sure, but I've never really heard of that happening.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They have health, dental, vision, and life insurance, and the health insurance and benefits start 30 days after hire. They also have bonuses for attendance. So for people that are getting to work on time, this should be an incentive for you.
Right.
There might also be other types of incentives, along with, like, let's say you invite a friend to, make application, or maybe for gas for your car for work. I'm not sure of all of them, but it's a good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you get a free meal with a full shift.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. Prices are today, right?
Right.
And then there's a 401k match. Next, we have a material handler position. The main responsibilities are to receive and store equipment, as well as ship equipment, supplies, parts, and raw materials that are associated with the production in this facility, deliver materials to appropriate departments, maintain inventory and supply records, maintain tools and equipment, because we know those could come up missing, right? Have the ability to operate a forklift, create and maintain all necessary records and reports associated with the shipments, like overages and shortages. And then candidates should possess at least 1 year minimum of forklift experience. So inventory management is important. SAP knowledge is also critical. And they talk about being able to travel between Holland, Ohio, and Maumee, Ohio. Have the ability to lift 50 pounds, and obtain an operator certification within 60 days. So there's a complete benefit package, and it's effective on the first day of work.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, because you don't hear about that very often. And then 6 months after hire, there's tuition reimbursement available.
That's excellent also.
Yes,
Yeah, this is a good stepping stone type.
it is.
Yeah,
It is. So this employer is one who also cites the work keys.
excellent.
Okay, so they're looking for a level 4 math, and they're also looking for level 3 in graphic literacy and workplace documents.
Right, right.
And we have one last job to share with you, and this I think is interesting. So it's a senior customer associate. So this person is the first person of contact when addressing customer needs. But this is a little bit more of an unusual type of job order than we normally see, right? So the candidate needs to be able to speak fluent English and French.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So the candidate's going to work with both internal and external customers. They have to be a team player and be able to adapt to change. I mean, it is changed English to French and
Right,
French to English,
right.
right? Active listener and willing to learn, and be able to enter orders accurately.
Yeah,
They are supposed to continuously work on building customer relationships, which is critical in a business, right? And they also must be fluent in Microsoft applications such as Word, Excel, and Outlook, and then have a knowledge of building materials.
yeah,
Okay, so they must understand the supply chain
yeah.
back and forth. Strong oral, written, and communication skills, as well as listening, and like to work in a fast-paced work environment. So this position, too, is looking at that SAP software knowledge. And hopefully we have some candidates out there that speak French and maybe can learn the SAP software, right?
I'm sure we do have those.
I'm sure we do. So they're looking at preferably a bachelor's degree for this particular position, but would also consider someone with an associate's degree. And there was even mention of a high school diploma, because I think the most critical thing here,
The language.
the language. So anyone here who has excelled in French, I would definitely make an application for this position. Is what that is, in case you like working with people.
Right. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. Okay, so Ron, you want to talk about some of the workshops we may
Sure.
have available here?
Yeah, absolutely. So before I get into that, let's just mention real quick that, of course, we can get this, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
the big job report at our office, right?
Yes.
That's at our office. You can come in and get the big report. It's got a bunch of jobs. This one for today has 3.5 pages of jobs. All right. So there's lots of jobs listed.
That's front and back.
That's right. Front and back.
Okay.
So when you come in, also, you might consider coming in for one of our workshops. So we do workshops. Technically, we do workshops 4 days a week. We do Monday, we have an orientation. Tuesday, we do resume workshop,
Yeah.
right? Wednesday, we do soft skill development. And then on Thursday, we do interview skills.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully right now everybody's looking at that schedule, which is up on the screen in front of you. I believe they all start at 10:30
That's correct.
every day. And then of course we also run orientation a few times a week for folks who are interested.
Mm-hmm.
But those workshops are there to help you in building skills that you need for employment. You need to know how to make a resume. You need to know soft skills. What I've been telling people is that soft skills are skills that you need not just to get a job, but to keep your job and get promotions and things like that, right? Those are the skills you need to impress people. And then, of course, interview skills are crucial, right? Well, I always tell people also, the resume is how you get a job interview. The interview is how you get the job.
Well, and we hear from employers, too, that soft skills are the area where candidates are lacking.
Yes.
And I really find that embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because I've met so many good people who come into our center, and I can see what they do and how they, present themselves and have talked about their previous jobs. So maybe it's just a matter of putting pencil to paper to write those out,
Yeah.
or to have a discussion about them.
Right.
So come to the center, work with our staff to identify those soft skills so we can articulate them on your resume.
Right. Absolutely. And then finally, just a reminder, right?
Yep.
We need you to, when you saw those job order numbers, you're going to go to ohiomeansjobs.com. You're going to plug those job order numbers into the search bar, and it should pop up the job description so you can make application. Right? So
That's
just remember
correct.
that. You should have seen those job orders. You can go ahead and reverse it, right? This is a video. You can just rewind it. Go back and find those job order numbers, pause it, write them down, whatever you need to do, go to ohiomeansjobs.com, plug them in, make your application.
So if you have any other questions or there's other information you want on Work Ready Lucas County, you can call the center at
Absolutely.
419-213-5627. Staff can sign you up. You pick out the day and time you want to take your test. We'll be happy to administer those for you.
Yeah.
We will be coming back on November the 4th.
Right.
And you're going to hear more about this National Apprenticeship Week because this is a really big deal.
Yeah.
So we look forward to introducing you to more material, and possibly we're going to have some guest speakers in the future here.
That's right.
So I'm looking forward to
I'm
that.
excited about that.
So thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on November the 4th. So happy job hunting.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.